Hurricanes are among the most powerful and deadliest forces in nature, which bring various kinds of effects to the area it makes landfall over. Some of these effects, such as many amounts of rain, can be helpful during a shortage, but most of the time these effects are not needed. Storm rush and flooding is the most harmful and outstanding effect from a hurricane. Storm rush is the increasing wall of water that comes onto land with a landfalling hurricane, and is responsible for 90% of all hurricane-connected deaths. Winds is the most important effect of a hurricane. Hurricanes can cause buildings to tear down and people that live in will most probably die, or sometimes some survive but with serious injuries, or leave people stuck beneath rubble. They can cause power loss and no communication with the outside world. They also make it hard for services to anywhere near help them. Some are lucky and survive but are left without homes. In other cases, airplanes might be flying, not announce that there's a hurricane going on. That causes them to crash because of the windy weather. They can cause flying to hit people and either kill them immediately or leave them injured, and will probably die unless medically treated very soon. Hurricanes can affect the environment in many ways, like they can cause flooding, all plants and trees to die as well. On the island of Cozumel, the storm rush from Hurricane Wilma caused ocean water to go through local on the island. The salt from the seawater killed almost all the trees on the island. Hurricanes may cause temporary flooding. Another effect of this is the swamps. High levels of bacteria get in the swamps and make the water unsafe to swim in. It's bad for the fish and other animals in the swamp. Some fish even die from hurricanes because of the bacteria levels. It makes it hard for the fish and other animals to breathe. Another effect is the cause of erosions. When the hurricane comes, it causes the water to rise and also to make huge waves. The waves and high water levels, also known as the storm rush, cause erosion. The Great Galveston Hurricane of 1900 was the deadliest hurricane to ever hit the United States and caused between 8,000 and 12,000 deaths. The storm reached the Texas coast south of Galveston on September 8 as a Category 4 hurricane with a storm rush of 8 to 15 feet. The lack of warning and the high storm rush caused this storm to have the highest death charge of any United States hurricane. The 1928 Okeechobee hurricane, which claimed 2,500 to 3,000 lives, was the second deadliest hurricane in United States history. A lake rush of 6 to 9 feet that flooded areas surrounding Lake Okeechobee caused most of the deaths from this hurricane. Hurricane Katrina of 2005, the third deadliest hurricane in United States history, killed at least 1,500 people. It made landfall in the United States as three diverse locations. Its first landfall was near the Miami-Dade Broward County line in Florida, letting down 10 to 14 inches of rain. After crossing Florida, it got stronger in the Gulf of Mexico and made landfall near Buras, Louisiana, and then made landfall again near the Louisiana-Mississippi border as a Category 3 hurricane. Katrina's highest storm rush of 25 to 28 feet had happened along the Mississippi coast. Also, the storm let down 8 to 12 inches of rain inland from the northern Gulf Coast and created 33 tornadoes. Hurricane Andrew was the third most powerful storm at the time of landfall to strike the U.S. mainland this century. It struck Dade County, Florida on August 24. As a Category 4, Hurricane Andrew made a second U.S. landfall on a lightly populated part of the south central Louisiana coast as a Category 3 hurricane. In southeast Florida, Louisiana, and Mississippi, rainfall totals an overload of 7 inches. Rainfall amounts near 5 inches occurred in several border states. Estimated damages in the US of $25 billion make Hurricane Andrew the most expensive natural disaster in US history. It was reported that Hurricane Andrew destroyed 25,524 homes. Also, Hurricane Andrew was directly responsible for 24 deaths, but including indirect loss of life and death, total was 65. Hurricane Katrina of 2005 was easily the costliest hurricane in the United States history, with damages worth over $81 billion. Storm rush along the Mississippi coast completely destroyed many structures with damage extending several miles inland. Wind damages from Hurricane Katrina extended well inland into northern Mississippi and Alabama, also in Miami-Dade and Broward counties of Florida. Hurricane Andrew caused $26.5 billion in damage, with $25.5 billion in South Florida and $1 billion in Louisiana. Hurricane Andrew made landfall in South Florida on August 24, bringing with it a 17-foot storm rush and an 8-foot storm rush when it hit Louisiana on August 26. Hurricane Wilma, the third costliest hurricane in United States history, struck Cape Romano, Florida on October 24 as a Category 3 hurricane and caused extensive damage projected at $16.8 billion in southern Florida. Thank you for watching.